Hey, what's up? Happy Sunday. Chef Jesse here. Uncle Jesse. Anyway, folks, today is the last day of the weekend or the first day of the week? Good question, right? Where you look at it. Anyway, folks, today's Sunday. I am making baked ziti. So today's dinner at home is going to be baked ziti. We're going to start off with a Caesar salad, some garlic bread, and some baked ziti. Now, because it's Sunday, and traditionally in a lot of Italian homes, Sunday's the big day with pasta and all kind of foods and desserts and all kind of stuff. So I'm going to keep it traditional, right? Today's Sunday, Italian day. Okay. So with that said, I'm going to start making I'm going to make a baked ziti my way, Uncle Jesse's way. There must be dozens of ways to make baked ziti. I've studied some, and everyone does it different, right? But I done it this way, and it comes out okay. I don't know. You can use my idea if you want. I don't know. It's up to you. So, but I like the way it tastes. Gilbert likes the way it tastes, and that's all that matters. So, with that said, I'm going to start making my my meat. I'm usually you can use beef and ground sausage. I'm just using plain beef, ground beef. Okay. Some people make plain ziti. That's fine. I've eaten plain ziti, but Gilbert likes meat in there. And gives you a texture, different texture. You gotta have something in there to taste. So I've made my own. I'll show you a video later on. I made my own sauce. I got some tomatoes and I put them through the blender, and I added some cooking wine and a bunch of other stuff, and made a nice sauce that I have here that I'm going to use as a base for my. So anyway, folks, first of all, I'm going to show you how my thing. Okay, I think I got it. You got it right there. You can see that, right? Okay, so I'm going to start off with this pan here, and I put some olive oil because hey, you got to have olive oil, right? I started with some olive oil. I'm going to start warming this up here. Okay. I'm going to warm up the pan. Now the first thing I want to do is cook my onions. I got onions here, and the first thing, of course, I'm going to cook my onions because I want to, break them down. After the onion is cooked and broken down, I'm going to put some salt and pepper, some garlic. Of course, you got to have garlic, right? You're cooking Italian. I have some Italian seasoning, why not? And I have oregano, and I have some basil, and I have a little touch of sugar. That's very controversial, because people say, oh no, you don't have it. I'm trying to cut down the acid in the sauce a little bit. I'm just going to add a little touch of sugar to break down the acid. That's all I'm going to use it for. Some people say don't do it. I don't do it. I usually don't do it. This is the first time I'm going to do that. So I'm warming up. My oil should be warm already. And okay, and I'm going to use my onions. Okay, I'm going to start off my onions. There you go. That nice sizzling. That's the sound I like. Okay, and if you can see it, look how nice it's looking already. We're not even cooking. Look, it looks nice. So there goes my onions. Okay, and I'm gonna break these down for a little while. And then we'll be right back. Okay, so folks, my onions looking good, right? They're breaking down. They smell so delicious. I'm in this house already. I just started and it smells delicious here. My neighbors must be going crazy. Anyway, my onions are broken down. Now I'm going to start adding my meat. Okay, I got about about 2 pounds of meat. I guess I have. Okay, and this is ground beef. Oh, what the hell happened? Okay, and there you go. Okay, so I'm going to brown this meat, and remember, the meat is going to let loose some water, so you don't want all that like water in there. So later on, after you brown the meat, you're gonna drain some of the water off, or all of it, as much as possible. You can get off, and then you're gonna add the sauce and everything else. So I'm gonna cook this whole 2 pounds of meat because I don't want to put this in the freezer, and so I'll cook all of it. If I don't use all that meat, I'll use it for something else. Okay. So make sure you keep moving it around. You don't want it to sit there because the olive oil in the bottom is going to start to fry the meat, and you don't want fried beef, right? So you want to keep, and you're just going to brown it. You're going to brown it, and when it's halfway done, then you add all the ingredients. So I should have got a bigger pot, but today I'm tired today. I just couldn't. I want to bring out all my pots and pans and stuff. Okay, so it's starting to brown. You can see it. Okay, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to add some salt and pepper. This is already mixed in salt and pepper. I'm going to put in some garlic. You got to have garlic. If you're cooking Italian and you don't put garlic, don't talk to me. I love garlic. So I put some fresh grounded garlic in there. Matter of fact, I'm going to use more garlic. I'm going to use some powdered garlic. Okay, you got to have garlic. You gotta have garlic. Okay. Now I have some oregano, some Italian seasoning, and some parsley. And some, I didn't add the basil yet. Okay, so just keep that moving. Okay, just keep that moving. There you go. And it's starting to brown. And when you get all the brown it and it's sizzling in there, then you can add the sauce. I'm not gonna add the sauce before because then I want this to cook thoroughly before I add the sauce. Okay, and again I used tomato puree and a bunch of other stuff to make my homemade sauce. And one of these days in another video I'll show you how to make my sauce. Okay, so and then I'm going to be using some ronzoni baked ziti. I only use ronzoni. I grew up, my mother always bought ronzoni. I don't do other products. I just hang out with ronzoni. I don't know. It's a family tradition, I guess. My mother always bought spaghetti. Everything pasta was always ronzoni. And so and I would not buy Barilla products because a couple of years ago the president of Barilla came out and made a homophobic statement where as he said that his products were made for traditional families. You know, he threw it in there that it wasn't made for like, you know, gay couples or anything like that, which was very, very nasty of him to say. And actually had to retrieve back the statement after a bunch of protests and people throwing Barilla products out, and I threw mine out that I had a few, and there was such a protest that he went on TV, national TV, and he apologized. But you know, once you put your foot into it, it's hard to get it out. So I didn't go for that. So I don't do his products. Barilla, I don't do it. Sometimes they're on special, cheap dirt special. I wouldn't buy it. I stick to ronzoni. My mother always bought ronzoni products, and I stick to ronzoni. Okay. And if anything, if I don't find ronzoni, I'll buy something else. There's a lot of different pastas out there, much better, even better than ronzoni. So my meat is browning real nice, and I'll be right back. So I got my I browned the meat. The meat is done. Tastes good. I let some of the water out, but I just couldn't get too much of it out. So I'm gonna start adding my. Let me see. Let me get a spoon here and start adding my sauce, because this is the sauce I made. Okay, I ran this through the blender a couple of times. Okay, now I hope. Okay, now there we go. We're gonna mix this in real good, and then we're gonna bring the flame down so it simmers in the sauce. Okay, there you go. Look at that. Look how good that looks already. Okay. Oh, yes. I'm gonna put some sugar in there, folks. Like I said, I don't usually do this, but I just got this from a friend of mine's. He told me to add some sugar to break down the acid. I usually don't do it. First time I'm doing this, so I'll see if it makes a difference. I don't know. But there goes. I don't want too much sauce, but I do want a little bit more. I gotta save some of this sauce for the ziti. Okay, so there you go. That looks good now. Okay, so this is the meat you're gonna use for the baked ziti. Okay, so you're gonna let it simmer. You're gonna let it simmer. Put a cover on it. Just let it simmer because the tomato sauce sometimes pops up. Now I have my water here. Let me add some more water to this. This is my copper pipe, my copper pot. It's a terrific pot, and you can use it for deep frying. It comes with a basket. It comes with this basket. You can deep fry in it. It hooks up on the. It's got a handle and it hooks up on the side. Very good. Gilbert bought it for me, of course. I have all these kind of contractions that Gilbert buys for me. So anyway, I salted the water. It's very important that you salt the water. Okay, let me show you. Okay, you salt the water, and then you just start it up and bring it to a boil, and then throw your pasta inside. Today I'm going to be using, like I said before, ranzoni. I'm going to be using a box of 16 ounces. This should be enough, okay? 16 ounces, well, depending, you know. But for me and Gilbert, 16 ounces. I'm going to put it in the water. I'm boiling the water. I put some salt. My sauce is, my tomato meat sauce is, look at that, simmering on very low. And in a few minutes, we'll put this together. So folks, I got my, I just threw my pasta in here, okay? I threw my pasta into the water, the boiling water. I added some salt to the water. And now I'm gonna make this firm. I'm gonna put it in there for about 10 to 11 minutes. No more than that. You don't want it too soft because they get too mushy and it'll be a mess. So I'm cooking it firm, about 10 minutes. And I'm gonna add a little drop of olive oil to the water. Okay, that's it, a little drop, so the pasta doesn't stick together and prevent that from sticking together, okay? And I put some salt and there's olive oil in there. And like I said, in 10 minutes, we're gonna come back. Okay folks, so my baked ziti, my ziti is almost done. About another minute, I'm gonna take it. Remember, don't overcook it because it's gonna continue cooking in the oven with the sauce and the meat and everything. So leave it a little bit touchy, undercooked. And then, so I got my ziti and I'm going to drain it now. So give me a second here. This is very hot. Okay, be very careful. And this pot is hot. You're gonna see the steam coming up. Oh, oof. That worked out okay. Okay, so, oh, ew, okay. So anyway, folks, I'm gonna use some. I usually mix everything up in the tray where I'm gonna bake it. But today I've been studying a little bit, and I'm gonna mix it. I don't have a big bowl, but I do have a big pot, and I'm gonna mix the pasta in a pot before I put it onto the into the tray, which is right here. We're using this baking dish. You can use a glass dish. Some people use glass. I don't have any glass dish, so I have an aluminum Teflon, whatever the hell it is. So anyway, folks, let me show you first what I'm going to do. By the way, I forgot to make a shout out to a good friend and co-worker that used to work with me years ago. He knows who he is. His name is Bobby Esposito. And he asked me one time, do you make ziti? I said, of course I make ziti, come on. And he told me, next time you make ziti, I want to see how you make it. So, Bobby, this one's for you. This is a very simple, if you follow me, my instructions are very simple to make. So anyway, let me show you first what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to put some of this sauce, okay? I'm going to put some of the sauce with the meat in the bottom, just like if I was doing lasagna. The reason for this, I don't want anything to stick to the bottom. And this is what I'm gonna be doing. So, okay. So, no big thing, just spread it out. Okay. You could put some cooking spray, I guess. But this is good enough. Okay. Remember, this is my idea of baked ziti. Okay. Uncle Jesse's recipe. I'm telling you, it's good. So I got my, I got the pot in here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me see if I can see that in there and bring that down. Okay, I got my pot in there, right? And now, what I'm gonna use my, a lot of people don't like ricotta cheese. I like ricotta. I seen a couple recipes which were kind of strange that they didn't use ricotta cheese, but I always use ricotta on my lasagna and on my baked ziti. So I'm going to put about 3 tablespoons in. I'm going to start off with 3 big tablespoons. Blop, blop, and blop. Okay? I'm going to use that for now. I might add some more. I don't know. Okay. Now, I'm going to add my sauce. Okay? And I'm going to, let me bring this up here, it'll be easier. Okay. There you go. That is much easier. Okay. So I'm going to put about 3 big spoons of the sauce in there with this. And I'm going to mix this up. I'm going to mix this up thoroughly. I got my ricotta cheese in there. See, with the heat, it's starting to melt. Oh, this smells delicious. It smells delicious. Okay, there you go. This is a good idea with this pot because any other way I couldn't. Okay. So I'm going to throw in some. I bought some good aged Parmesan cheese in Whole Foods. So I'm going to put some of that. Oh man, looks delicious. Okay. Very expensive, this cheese, but it's worth it. Let me wash my hands, like always. And then I'm going to mix again. Smells good, that cheese. Then I'm going to be using some, of course, mozzarella. Okay, here we go. A good amount. I'm not scared of cheese. I love cheese, so there you go. So we're going to mix that up again. Okay. And I'm going to get some more sauce. Because I don't want it, you don't want dry ziti. The worst thing is dry ziti. You don't want dry ziti. Oh, I got the spoon here, made a mess. Okay, don't worry about it. I gotta clean the stove. Okay, so I put 2 more. This is looking good. This is looking good. I'm gonna add some. I got a blend of 6 cheeses. It's shredded mozzarella. It's smoked provolone, Asiago, Parmesan, Romano, and Fontina. So I'm gonna. This is left over from the other day from when I made my. I made my mac and cheese. I used about 5 different cheeses. So I'm gonna mix that up there. And okay, so it looks good. It looks pretty good. It's got a lot of meat. It's, okay. So what I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna layer my. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna layer my pan here. Okay. I'm gonna layer my pan with a little dose. This is similar to to lasagna. Not that intense though. You gotta really, the lasagna, you really gotta, okay. Now some people will add some more ricotta cheese in there. I don't think I need any more. Some people add ricotta. You know what? I don't want too much. So I'm just gonna be like in between there, little splatters there. You see? Okay, nothing big. Nothing big, okay? Just mixed in there. Okay. So I'm gonna add some more sauce here. Okay. There you go. And then I'm gonna put the rest of my ziti in on top, okay? Lay it on top. And I'm gonna bake this in a preheated oven, which has been preheating already, for about a half hour at 350. I'm gonna bake it there for, I don't know, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, I don't know. I'm gonna keep an eye on it. Okay. I'm gonna cover this up. I'm gonna cover this up, and I'm gonna let it bake inside, with the heat, the aluminum foil. And then I am going to uncover it up to give it the nice crispy look on top. Okay, there you go. Okay. So Bobby Esposito, very simple. Follow my instructions. Very simple. Okay, like that. I got a lot of dishes to wash, and I'm gonna load it up with some raw mozzarella on top. Okay, there you go. This has a lot of cheese. This is a cheese lover's baked ziti. Okay, there's a lot of flavor in here. I'm telling you. Okay. Okay, folks, and that's it. That is your baked ziti. I'm going to let me get my aluminum foil here. Like I said, I like to bake it with aluminum foil on top, and then maybe the last 15 minutes or so, I will uncover it so it gives it that little, so the cheese melts good and it gives it that little burnt topping on it. So I'm going to put this on the top rack of my oven because that's the hottest point of the oven. Remember, heat rises. So I'm going to put it on the top rack. I have 2 racks. I'll put it top rack, 350, and I'm going to give it about 25 minutes. And at 15, I'm going to uncover it up. So, folks, so there goes. I mean, it's my version of the baked ziti. It tastes good. I've done it a bunch of times, and it tastes good. And later on, when we eat dinner, I'll show you how it looks and how it tastes. I'll tell you, so stay tuned. Well, folks, my lasagna is my baked ziti is done. So, I mean, basically, I started out with meat, making the meat, and I put all kind of ingredients in there and everything. I don't know, I forgot. But this is my version of baked ziti. There's dozens, hundreds of recipes out there. There's some recipes that are traditional, carried on from mother to daughter to from nonna and mama and all down the line in traditions. Hey, fine, no problem with that. But this is a baked ziti that I created. Today I tweaked it a little bit, but basically it's the way I make it, and it tastes good. So if it tastes good to me and it tastes good to Cupid, then that's all that matters, right? But anyway, if you want any ideas, and especially a good friend, co-worker of mine, Bobby Esposito. Bobby, if you never did baked ziti, watch me do baked ziti, and you can do it too. So anyway, my baked ziti is out of the oven, and it looks pretty good. And I took it out so it can cool down. And let me just bring you down here to this thing here. There you go. So it's got a lot of cheese in it, and I've laid it with some Parmesan and stuff on top. But it looks pretty good. So I'm going to let it cool off here a bit. And later on in a couple hours we'll be eating dinner. So I took it out of the oven so it won't dry because the oven is still hot, so I don't want to leave it in there and it'll, But so that's it. So anyway, folks, start of a new week. Stay safe, all that good stuff. The holidays are upon us, and we just got to get through this. Okay, so anyway, folks, this is my Uncle Jesse's Easy Made baked ziti, and I'm dedicating this to Bobby Esposito, a friend of mine and co-worker. We worked way back, and he asked me how to make baked ziti. Well, here you go, Bobby. This is for you. Anyway, folks, enjoy your weekend. Well, the weekend's over. Enjoy your week. Stay safe. Oh my God, what is that? Anyway, folks, let me go, and I gotta go